everyone, Serena here from Whole Shift Wellness. I hope everybody is having a great day and a great week. So, I'm tuning in today for number 2 of the 7 harsh truths of sustainable, long-lasting weight loss. I have come up with this list of the top 7 offenders that I keep seeing and playing up in people's success rates time and time again, getting in the way of people really achieving the results that they're working so hard for, and just generally self-sabotaging themselves. Some of them I've actually experienced myself in the past, so they actually also come from, my own personal experience and how I have managed to get in the best shape of my life so far in my late 30s. So I hope you find this useful. This is the second harsh truth. I realized that I jumped one and went from 1 to 3rd, and I didn't want you to miss out on this because it's poignant and it's important. So harsh truth number 2: there are no magic pills or potions or herbs or supplements. And this is not to say that all supplements are bad, and this is not to say that there isn't a place for them. However, I want you to realize that in order to unlock your next level of health, fitness and well-being and really start to achieve incredible results and profound transformations, there's nothing missing. You're not missing something that you don't already have. You might have a whole bunch of things that you don't actually need anymore in terms of bad habits. And those are the ones that you actually need to lose in order to shift to the next level. But nothing is missing. You don't need to add on anything. No pills, no potions, no herbs, no secrets. See, the problem is that most of us, especially the ladies, have spent so many years caught up in the vicious cycle of dieting that we are left completely disempowered by it. We are actually left feeling like something is wrong with our bodies, like they are not able to achieve the intended results. And that's what leads on to this feeling that something is missing, that there is this magic secret, this magic pill or potion out there that is going to give us the results that we want. Dieting doesn't work. Diets don't work. Shifts work. Transforming your approach to food and long-lasting transformation works. Short-term fixes don't work. Potions don't work. Even those that seem to be bringing forth results, they're either not tackling the problem at the root level, or they carry with them nasty side effects that you will only experience with long-term use, and they continue to reinforce this mentality that there's something wrong with your body and that you're missing something. And this comes from years spent on the diet treadmill. Diet on, diet off, doing it wrong, if I may say so. And so here's the bottom line. Your body wants to be healthy. Your body wants to thrive. Your body has all the tools that it needs to achieve your greatest level of health, fitness and well-being. You might just be getting in its own way. And I want to reiterate this message again. Your greatest level of health, fitness and well-being might have to do more with the things that you're going to lose than anything that you're missing that you need to get. So you're not broken and you're not missing anything. Now, in general, human beings struggle with the idea of getting rid of stuff, of eliminating stuff, or cutting things out from their diet. And, we start panicking. The reptile brain starts freaking out, going like, oh, I can't live without it. And this is for a number of reasons. Certain substances are actually addictive. Sugar is highly addictive. cheese, dairy products, highly addictive. Processed carbohydrates, incredibly addictive, because they give you a lot of pleasure in a short period of time. They really trigger certain chemical responses in the body that literally make you feel like you're high, you know. And so we struggle with the idea of letting them go, because actually we're addicted to it on a biochemical level. So that's the number one reason why we struggle with this idea of getting rid of stuff. I mean, we're instead looking for something that we can add on that is going to bring forth the intended results. The second reason, like I said, is that those who have dieted for a very long time actually fear hunger. Because, you know, if you've done extreme dieting and if you've done calorie restrictions, and if you have this association in your mind whereby you think that the only way that you can get results is if you starve yourself, and if you learn to just be hungry all freaking day and just learn to sustain it through sheer willpower, it doesn't work. That's not the way. It's not the only way. It's not the healthiest way, and it's not the way that you can actually get there. But so then you become so fearful of losing stuff and getting rid of stuff that you try and think of alternative ways. Okay, so I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to go hungry. Can I find this magic pill, this magic potion that is going to allow me to eat what I want and still get the intended results? Nope. The short answer is it doesn't work. The other problem is that, and I've talked about this before, is in order to really achieve profound transformation rather than just temporary change, you need to work on the focus pillar as much, if not more, than the work that you're doing on the food pillar. In fact, I always say to our shifters, 99% of what you perceive as being your food problems are actually focus problems. You think that you have a problem with food when actually the food is just the trigger. It's just the emotional reaction and attachment to the food, which is a focus problem. So if you're only looking at the food pillar without doing any work on the focus pillar, you're gonna find it so very hard. I don't recommend it. It's not sustainable. It's not gonna bring forth long-lasting results. And it's gonna make you want to look for shortcuts. It's gonna make you want to look for the magic pill. It's gonna make you want to think that you can't do it on your own and you need something that you're missing, you know. Now, a technique that I have developed and that proves incredibly successful with our shifters, I have named it crowding out. So what you want to do is you want to increase the amount of health conducive and naturally low calorie dense foods so much that you end up crowding out the high calorie dense unhealthy foods without going hungry and therefore feeling deprived. But you want to be smart about how you go about this. And it's not all about salads. See, this is the other thing. People think that it's all about the salads. And don't get me wrong, I love a salad. I eat salads every day. I find that there's something missing in my meals if I don't have a salad. But I've worked up to this point and I don't only eat salad. We tend to be afraid of the stuff that actually makes the process of crowding out incredibly successful, which is starches. Because we tend to think that carbs make you fat when actually processed carbs are unhealthy, but whole grains are the stuff of life. But that's for another video. In general though, I want you to start thinking in terms of the foods that you already enjoy and love, that you know to be health conducive. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, like I just mentioned. And you want to up the quantities within those. Double, triple, stuff your face. Don't worry about portion control. Eat as much of that as you possibly can and leave the rest for last. And you'll find that you will organically and naturally eat less of the stuff that is not so good for you without feeling deprived, without going hungry, without feeling like anything is missing, because you're actually giving the body all that it needs, which is micronutrients more than macronutrients. Macronutrients take care of themselves as long as you're eating enough calories and not starving yourself. Micronutrients, on the other hand, is the stuff that you might very well be missing if you're not eating plenty of fruit, vegetables, and which are the only things that contain it. So crowd out the bad guys, up the amount of health conducive foods that you eat those first before you eat anything else. So and forget about the magic pills. Please stop wasting money. How much money have you wasted on potions? Literally go home and do a quick list of all the short-term fads, potions, supplements, powders, juicing palavas and shakers and all the stuff, and you're still there. You're still on that treadmill. Instead, make small incremental improvements that you can sustain for the rest of your life that help you reconnect with your body. Find peace with it. Realize that there's nothing wrong, there's nothing missing. Your body has all that it needs to achieve your greatest level of health, fitness, and well-being. You were put into this world to be healthy and to thrive. Your body has your back. The universe has your back. There's nothing missing. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that's in the way that you need to clear out. And trust me when I say, the moment you start shifting in that direction, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this, because it will transcend health and well-being in your life. You will realize that this pattern actually has filtered into other areas of your life and is preventing you from fulfilling your potential in other areas in your life. And by transforming your mindset around it, you will feel so much more empowered and so much more confident, and you will feel at peace and in love with your own self. And the results will be profoundly transformative in ways that go way beyond just losing the weight. And I'm not saying that losing the weight is not important. It's not natural to be overweight, because your body has a natural weight that it's trying to always get to, whether you think so or not. But when you do this stuff right, when you make the shift instead of doing a diet, when you make the shift instead of popping a pill, when you make the shift instead of looking for some crash last minute extreme thing, you will not only transform your level of health, fitness and well-being, you will transform your life in ways that go beyond your greatest expectations. I always say this to our shifters. Your life is not a house with rooms. We tend to think of it in like compartments. Health and wellness is in one room, fitness and well-being is in another room, relationships is in another room, money, finances in another room. And so we tend to think like, oh, if that room is a bit messy, I'll just close the door and tend to it when I have mind, money, time, energy, mental space, whatever it is that you think you need in order to tend to the mess in one of the rooms. Now, here's the biggest secret and life-changing mind shift that I want to share with you. Your life is not a house with rooms. Your life is a loft. It's open plan living. There are no rooms, there are no walls. It's one unique, big, large, airy space. If one area of your life is messy, your whole life is messy. The mess in one corner filters through to all other areas, whether you are willing to see it and are aware of it or not. You can't close a door on an area where you have a loss of power and pretend or kid yourself or assume or believe that it's not affecting everything else, because it is. And sometimes when you're not aware of this connection, it actually affects it even more so. So this is to say that the shift is bigger than just losing weight. It's changing your approach at the root level. And that's transformative. And that's what brings forth the long-lasting, the permanent, in fact, results, because you're not just changing how you do things, you're changing who you are. You're going to end up being a better person. And you know, have you ever seen a butterfly turn back into being a caterpillar? No. Once you evolve, once you're a butterfly, you're not going back to a caterpillar. So I know this was harsh, and I know some of it might have been a bit uncomfortable to hear. But know and always remember that I come from a place of service and love and genuine wanting to improve the quality of the lives of anybody around me, because that improves the quality of my life as a result. So just take it on board, think about it, see if in the next few days something comes up that's relevant, and please share any questions that you may have, whether it's in the comments or privately via message. I hope you got something out of it, powerful and useful, and stay with it, make the shift. Ciao for now.